Hello and welcome to the LiveOddsAndScores.com betting preview for Saturday's early kick-off match between Arsenal and Chelsea. It's being played at the Emirates and Arsenal are big favourites at 21-20 despite the fact that they lost last time out against Wigan, and Chelsea are on the most unbelievable run of form. They thrashed Tottenham 5-1 in the FA Cup and they've just beaten the best team in the world, Barcelona, 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. So why are Chelsea almost 3-1? They're 11-4 with Stan James, and they're almost 3-1. I think the bookies and people are pricing them up as such long outsiders because their mind is going to be on Tuesday's match. Tuesday is the biggest game, you know, Roman Abramovich has had in a long while. Roman Abramovich really wants to win the Champions League this season, and it's all going to come down to Tuesday's game. So will they be focusing on the Arsenal game? It's unlikely, but you have to say that there's still the fact that they're not by any means guaranteed a place in the Champions League next year, and they need to get the points in the league. So it's going to be a really big, difficult one for Di Matteo and Abramovich to balance. I can't help thinking that 11-4 could be a bit of value with Stan James. I mean, it's really a good price. It's 3-1 for a team in form, and Arsenal aren't playing well, and you get the feeling that Arsenal are a bit complacent. You know, they often do this towards the end of the season. Arsenal is that they sort of run down, they start thinking about their holidays, they've got no more chance of winning any silverware, whereas Chelsea are really quite fired up. You know, Chelsea in competitions, they're in the FA Cup, they're in the Champions League. You know, they need the momentum. If anything, they need the momentum to keep them going for Tuesday. What I do imagine is that there will be a lot of goals scored in this game. Statistically, you can get over 2.5 goals is 5-6 with Bet365, and I think it's a good bet. I'd definitely take that 5-6 because if you look at the Arsenal, they're constantly conceding goals at home and they're also scoring goals at home. Any time you're getting close to evens on over 2.5 goals at the Emirates, I really think you've got to cash in there. Another good bet, in my opinion, is Robin van Persie to score at any time. Yeah, he hasn't scored many recently, but he's still, you know, the form striker in the Premiership, and he's 6-5 with Corals, whereas he's odds on most other places. That 6-5 with Corals to me looks a really good bet. So my main two bets this weekend, I'm going to be backing Chelsea at 11-4 because I just think that, and I think he might be 14-5 in places, but have a look. I think maybe bet Victor 14-5. So I'm backing Chelsea 14-5 with Bet Victor, and then I'm going to back Van Persie to score at any time at 6-5 with Coral, and then I'm also actually going to back the over 2.5 goals at 5-6 with Bet365. Anyway, it should be a cracking game, and yeah, enjoy the weekend's fixtures.